All right, so bit of a message coming through right now. It has to do with fire, and it has to do with this idea of the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and especially their coming together. And I want to preface by saying, first of all, the divine feminine and divine masculine have been coming together within individuals. That's the first step. We haven't honored either the divine feminine or the divine masculine. There's a narrative that says that it's only the feminine that has not been honored, but it has been both ways, and it has been both the masculine towards the feminine and the feminine towards the masculine. I have seen this in my life, and these are not, there's more there. There's a lot more complicated issues there, and more nuance. I'll suffice it to say, when the feminine gets toxic, it's a toxic type of masculinity. When the masculine gets toxic, it's a toxic type of femininity. I know that will not resonate with everyone, but that is what I have received. So, in any case, that's not what the message was. That's just something that kind of pinged as you need to say this as well. Such a beautiful morning. So beautiful. In any case, yes, fire. We are now going through a period where those who identify particularly as divine feminine or particularly as divine masculine, knowing they have both, but also knowing that they identify more with one or the other in terms of their role, in terms of the energy that they bring into the world. That's the energy they want to bring into the world, right? So, and this has nothing to do with biological sex. I mean, it can for some people, and for others it can be not that. So that's not what we're talking about, okay? But that's the energy that you're here to bring into the world. Well, some of us are moving towards uniting with our opposites, right? If we identify as feminine, the divine feminine, and that's what we're bringing into the world, we are coming into unity with a masculine and vice versa. And we're scared of it. We're freaking scared of it, a lot of us. And the more sensitive and sort of, I don't want to say spiritually aware, because I'm seeing folks who are spiritually aware, but they're not, they don't, it's deep in them, it's very, very deep in them, and they may not even acknowledge it all the time. They're already getting through this. It's those of us who have maybe been working with helping others heal and doing a lot of healing ourselves. Some of us with the deepest wounds. Some of us who think of us as spiritual, even as spiritualists. We, right now, are starting to go through this, some of us. And it's frankly scaring the shit out of us, because we don't trust it. Because, well, I've healed from that. I don't need that. I don't need anyone else. I'm single and individual with myself. And this is what we've been teaching others to do, is how to heal from those types of relationships where I need that other person or I'm not going to be okay. But that's not what this is. This is something different, okay? And we can know this based on tracking where is the energy, okay? And I'm thinking of this specifically, where do we feel this energy drawing us into this unity with our other, our opposite? Where is that being felt in the body? Okay? And if we look at that more closely, we can see that when the energy is lower in the body, okay, when it's at the root or the sacral, and that's the only place where it is, right? That is what especially maybe we have learned to not trust, right? And we're right in that. We shouldn't just trust that. When that's the place where the energy is, that's the hookup energy, right? When that's the only energy, that's the hookup energy, and that's not what this is. That's not what this is. Because you're going to be feeling this energy higher as well, okay? And there's a different type of when that energy is only in the solar plexus. That is also troubling energy, okay? That sort of, or maybe it's the solar plexus down into the sacral. That's the pit of the stomach, right? Sort of naive crush energy, right? That's also not it, okay? There is a type of connection with another person that is in the heart, but it's only in the heart, and we give too much, right? We give too much. That is also not it. There's an energy that's only in the throat, or maybe it's mostly in the throat and the heart, but it isn't anywhere else. This is a different type of also not it energy. Maybe it's a kind of player energy, the more flirtatious energy. This can also be when it's the head and the throat, and it's only there, right? I'm just flirting. This isn't anything to me, right? I'm just playing. There is a different type of energy, and we don't acknowledge it. And that is the crown energy. This is an energy of knowing someone in a different way, in a deeper way, and loving them in a deeper, I would have to say, a stellar way. Literally something of where we recognize this person from among the stars. We recognize this person's soul, their spiritual origins, and we have a deep love for them that goes just beyond this life. Like, it's never going away type of love. And that is the fire I'm talking about, because again, the fire comes down from above. It passes through the water, it passes through the air, and we ground it into earth, okay? And sometimes that fire is like lightning and it happens quickly. Sometimes that fire is a slow burn. Sometimes that fire is a storm of fire from above. There's different ways this can feel. But in this case, what we're talking about is a different type of love that is aiming towards a different type of unity. And this is a unity of whole beings coming together. Literally our chakra systems, our energy systems aligning with each other. This is different. This is mystical, beyond typical human experience. Or at least what gets acknowledged as typical human experience. And I don't want to call this love at first sight, because that's not how it's necessarily going to have played out. Because, especially for those of us struggling with this, it's not playing out that way, and it's not going to play out that way. Instead, what it has been is this sort of initial recognition, and then a lot of confusion, a lot of attempts to figure out what this means, a lot of feeling this energy in all the different energy centers of our bodies. For some of us, it's been, a lot of sexual attraction or a feeling of sensuality coming on that's out of nowhere, maybe, and maybe not what we normally feel. For others, it's been that, like, oh, I got a crush for this person. I don't know where it came from. It may have presented in a quote-unquote negative way initially, a way that we have then spurned because, well, I'm healed, I'm spiritual, I'm better than that. That's not what I want. And that's fine. That was a test. Because these unions are supposed to be pure, purified, and it's supposed to be all the energy centers of us coming together with this other person, not just one, not in an imbalance. This is a twining together of souls, because again, and this is coming out really strongly right now, here on the earth plane, the 3D, 4D, it is all about what we can ground into place for the future. And that is what we're doing right now. We're bringing down the fire, and it's passing through the water, passing through the air, the emotions, the thoughts, the mind. We're making decisions, we're sorting out our feelings, and then we're grounding things. We're grounding things into place. So that's pretty much the message. These unions, these relationships are coming in. They're going to, I think, keep coming in all this year, is what I am getting. And it's not intended to be tough, but it is going to be tough for a lot of us. That's just how it's going to feel for a lot of us. But it's intended to really cleanse our energies on a deeper level than maybe we thought possible. Yes, even those of us who think that maybe, oh, I'm spiritual, oh, I'm already arrived, I am exactly what I need to be, I'm helping others after all, how could I not be? We can easily fall into these types of feelings, of ways of imagining ourselves and not even realize it. It's not that we're intending to do it. It doesn't mean we're bad or awful. It just means that we're human. We're all still being worked on, working on our own things. And so if you're feeling this way, if you're feeling this coming in and it's alarming to you, the best thing to do is to chill. Just chill out. It's going to develop. It's going to happen. It's going to work out. All right. Much love. Peace. All the light you can stand.